Hey everyone, it's Diego Reyes for CNN Philippines 10, where we break down major stories from here and abroad into bite-sized facts in 10 minutes. The Philippines will soon have its first ever multi-specialty medical center. This is part of the current administration's Health Facility Enhancement Program, which aims to bring healthcare services closer to the public. President Bongbong Marcos has promised to add more healthcare facilities and specialty centers across the country to address chronic shortages. The administration will also push for universal healthcare and strengthening healthcare units in barangays. The country is also building a cold storage inspection facility on a 10-hectare property in Angat, Bulacan. The facility will screen all fruit, meat, or vegetables that enter the Philippine borders. The move should abate smuggling that costs the government at least 30 billion pesos in revenue loss every year.
Binibigyan lang tayo ng designated examination area sa mga port of entry natin. For example, sa MICP tsaka Port of Manila, yung designated examination area natin dahil napakaliit, nangyayari doon is bukas sara lang ang inspection ng quarantine. And then at most 10% ang tinitingnan. So hindi talaga na-check yung buong container.
The project's budget is over 2 billion pesos and should be completed in 8 months. Angat Town will soon see 250 container trucks passing through every day. Cebuano businessman Eric Smith and interior designer Wilhelmina Garcia are two entrepreneurs who were among those named by the Trade Department as outstanding MSMEs. Smith pumps water from the ocean to fill his swimming pool instead of using water from the tap. That translates to savings of 150,000 pesos in his monthly water bill. Now, invested in tech to filter salt water. He also powers his resort with solar panels.
Fresh water is actually delivered because of the lack of public facility in our area. It's quite expensive if we have our pools run with fresh water, 250 per cubic meter. The salt water, well, it goes through the usual filter. At the same time, we also put in chlorine, still to regulate the germs and the algae.
Meanwhile, Garcia recycles plastic collected from villages around Taal Volcano, which she turns into decor and furniture. From a capital of just 250,000 pesos, her business has expanded to markets outside the Philippines, to as far as Germany, Paris, Singapore, and Korea. Filipino dentist banners the Philippine flag in an Asian regional cosmetic dentistry contest. Dr. Saladin Edades de Jesus led other representatives from 13 countries which participated at the minimally invasive cosmetic dentistry regional Smile Challenge.
To those aspiring dentists or dental practitioners, we must not think of how we can make money. For me, it is more on how we can make our patients, those aspiring dentists should have a heart.
Bonifacio High Street is bringing a poetic metaverse to Bonifacio Global City in Taguig. The multi-sensory exhibit, dubbed as Wisdom of Da Vinci, an immersive AI experience, features the works of Leonardo Da Vinci and other great masters. The exhibit allows visitors to discover a world where strokes of art are merged with touches of science and technology driven by AI. It also aims to be a show of digital renaissance, which is part of BGC's vision to continue being a trailblazer in retail-tainment. Wisdom of Da Vinci, an immersive AI experience, runs at the third level of 1 Bonifacio High Street from August to October, with tickets priced at less than 1,000 pesos. Licensed real estate salesperson LD John Benigay started a maverick idea of using TikTok to sell properties some 3 years ago. By engaging on this popular social media platform, Benigay has accumulated sales of over 200 million pesos from the home tour videos he posted on TikTok. His TikTok account, Beautiful Properties, has at least 100 videos and generated 1.2 million followers and 17.3 million likes. Its most viewed video is a property in Consolacion, Cebu with over 68.5 million views. Binigay shared his success story with around 500 delegates at the first Asian Real Estate Summit in Bangkok, Thailand. He also encouraged his colleagues to find ways to innovate on social media in order to keep up with the rest of the world. Meanwhile, 19-year-old deaf since birth, Erlyn Maniquis creates TikTok content with Advocacy. Despite her disability, she entered the social media app's loud world. She not just gives entertainment but uses the platform to spread information. She shares educational videos to open her viewers' minds about deaf culture and to prevent discrimination. Studies show that as many as 35% of adults around the world are living with insomnia. Learn more about this condition, its effects on our well-being, and the best sleep hygiene tips.
So if the body and the brain doesn't have any time to sleep, it doesn't get the time to regenerate, it doesn't get the time to rest. So beyond the things like your heart needs to pump a little bit faster, you need more energy, so you eat a lot more. Even parts of the brain that can affect your mood is already affected if you don't have that sleep. Actually, 20% of the time, people in their lifetime will experience insomnia but will not really talk about it. It's not just the amount of sleep that you get during the night, but if during the day you're having difficulty with your activities, falling asleep involuntarily, those are signs of insomnia already. It varies person to person, it varies per age. The older that we get, the less sleep that we need. But there's no magic number, but it's usually recommended 7 to 9 hours. But we really don't fixate on the number. Most of the time, especially in my practice, insomnia presents itself as anxiety, it presents itself as mood problems because of all the things that they're handling. Rarely is the insomnia that's just purely insomnia. So because of all the things that they have to think about, it really, paminsan sleep yung first sign that maybe something is wrong. Especially since the COVID-19 pandemic, we're all on our phones, on our gadgets. The light that we get from the stimuli we get from our eyes, it also causes insomnia. And even yung wanting to socialize during the evening, all of that encompasses or can cause insomnia. Sometimes it can end up having psychosis, it really depends. But then, for example, we ask or we help them get to some sleep, it's really good na they really revert back to how they were before.
After having been sidelined by the COVID-19 pandemic since 2020, the Palarong Pambansa or National Games is back and features familiar and new sports lineup. Filipino gamers compete in the inaugural Palarong Pambansa e-sport event, which will also see the revival of the Laro ng Lahi or indigenous Filipino games featuring 3 games. The Education Department has announced that Mobile Legends Bang Bang is the lone demonstration e-sport of the 63rd Palarong Pambansa. Other demonstration sports include para games, dance sport, and penkak silat, while cheer dance, weightlifting, and obstacle course racing are showcased as exhibition games. Olympic gold medalist Hidilyn Diaz unlocks another achievement as she graduates from college. She earned a bachelor's degree in business administration, major in management from the De La Salle College of St. Benilde. Diaz says it was hard but super worth it, sharing that it took her 16 years after shifting courses, transferring schools, and going on leave of absence because juggling weightlifting and academics is hard. Filipino-American choreographer Brian Puspos is featured on BTS Jungkook's solo performance in the US. He is also part of the K-pop superstar's performances in his first solo single and the group's hit song Dynamite. But as early as 2016, Jungkook and another BTS member, Jimin, made a dance cover of Puspos' choreography of Own It. Ever wondered how really beautiful the famous Adarna bird is? The Environment Department in Davao has released photos of a female Philippine trogon that were shot in Mount Apo. DNR Davao says male Philippine trogons have brighter colors. The bird is associated with the Adarna bird in books. And now, for our 10-second trivia. What is considered the finest of Philippine textiles? Abaca, Mindanao silk, husi, or piña? The piña fabric is considered the finest of Philippine textiles. Its delicacy and natural creamy hue are mainly the reasons why. Piña is a hand-woven Philippine textile mostly produced by the Aklanon in the province of Aklan. It is made of fibers from the inner layer of the leaves of the red Bisaya pineapple through a difficult process. The piña is the preferred material for the Barong Tagalog. And that's it for CNN Philippines 10. I am Diego Reyes, giving you news you can use, news you can trust in 10 minutes. Thanks for joining me today, and see you again next time.